Oh, snap! Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Ginger Snaps. This is the next movie on our Werewolf Week of movies. If you're new to the channel and don't know, and haven't been checking out the previous ones this week, we have a thing on the channel where we do movie reactions every Saturday and Sunday, but at the end of the month we have an entire week of movie reactions between Monday and Friday. There's not going to be a movie reaction on Saturday and Sunday this week. It's just because we're doing Monday through Friday instead. So we're having an entire week of movies, and the theme this month is werewolf movies. No reason other than I just think werewolves are fucking cool. Like, that's literally the only reason. I just really like werewolves. We've had some good ones so far this week, and today we get to Ginger Snaps. This is another donation reward for Venom. So thank you, as always, for donating, Venom. And this is a movie I've heard of, just never got around to seeing. This is the one about, like, they're like Girl Scouts, right? Hence, Ginger Snaps, you know, cookies, Girl Scout cookies. Do Girl Scouts usually sell Ginger Snaps? I actually don't know. I really like Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps are great. One of my favorite cookies. Of course, I like gingerbread as well. Like, I like ginger. I just like ginger in pretty much anything. It's a good spice. But, like, seriously, I do really love Ginger Snaps. I think they're a fantastic cookie. Super underrated. And yeah, I think that's what this movie is, right? It's like, I mean, obviously it's werewolves, but I think it's like a werewolf, like, Girl Scout kind of thing going on. Unless I'm thinking of something else, but it's like, what the hell else would I be thinking of? I don't know. I think that's what this is. But otherwise, like, I don't know anything else about this. I don't know, like, who's in it, or I don't know what year this one came out. Like, I knew that for the past two movies, being, like, Wolfman in this year, 2025, and then Wolf being in, 94. But this one, I actually don't know the year this came out. So I don't know what to expect in terms of that either, in terms of, like, the filmmaking based on the time period and all. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. I know that there's multiple of these movies, right? There's multiple Ginger Snaps movies. I think so. I don't know how many, but I believe there are. We're just doing, obviously, the first one today, but still. I don't know what to expect, because that's, like, such a out there title. I mean, if this is the one that I think it is, which is, again, about, like, I guess, Girl Scouts, then it's like, I mean, I guess that just connects to that. But it's like, that wouldn't make me think it's a werewolf movie. So I guess we'll just have to see. I guess we'll just have to see. I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be as on the nose as Wolfman or Wolf. It's like those are a little on the nose as a title for a werewolf film. But, like, again, it's such a unique title compared to others. I'm definitely interested to see what this is like, though. Because, again, both of the first two movies we did this week were pretty good. And sorry, by the way, for the Wolf reaction coming up so late. Later than normal for a lot of my reactions. There was extra editing to do with that because of the issue that came up with my storage on my computer. If you were watching the reaction, you know what happened there. If you didn't, basically a notice came up on my computer saying your storage is almost out. And I accidentally stopped the recording at that point, trying to pause the video. So I just ended up having to cut two separate videos together in order to conclude the actual reaction, which takes a lot of time to do. Because when you cut those together and then you have to save it, it takes a long time to save. At least on Movie Maker, which is what I use. It takes a long time to save. when you do that. And especially if it's a longer file. Like, this was like a 2-hour movie, so. Yeah, it's a bit annoying in that regard. Um, and if you want to know why, like, I had that issue, it's just like I hadn't been getting rid of certain things, so it's like there was a lot of like there was very little actual file space on my computer, so I did need it. It actually helped to end up doing what I did, and I got rid of I got rid of some extra files I didn't need to make room for more. So we should be good today. We're not going to have that issue pop up again. But yeah, I don't know what to expect with this movie other than werewolves and possibly Girl Scouts. Don't know what that's going to end up meaning, but let's find out. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, I know this is a thing with a lot of horror movies. Where, you know, it's pretty much one of the most common tropes for horror movies that characters in them tend to make stupid decisions and do things that they really don't need to do or shouldn't do or put them in unnecessary danger, etc., etc. I know that's a trope, but the ending of this actually did irritate me a lot. Because she had so many opportunities to heal her sister. And instead, Ginger she's killed. Like, Bridget just kills her. Because she grabbed the knife, and I understand she was scared and trying to defend herself. But it's like, she just refused to use the monk's hood. She refuses. It's like she had so many opportunities and just actively refused to use it. To do anything about it. And it's like, oh my god. It's like she is actively the reason her sister died. And not just because of the knife. Because she refused to heal her when she had the opportunity. She actively chose not to and instead chose every other option. When Ginger was trying to get at her through the wooden bars, the wooden bars like under the stairs and everything, she could have easily done it there, but no, instead she kicks down the wall to go through the other side, and it's like, why did you do that? You had the syringe. And again, grabbing the knife, again, I understand she's scared, she was in danger, she wanted to protect herself, but that was just fucking stupid. And then it's like, even at the end, she had the syringe in her hand, she looked at it, she noticed it. And she still refused to use it to at least let her sister die as a human. Like, she refused to even do that much. It's like, oh my fucking god. Like, how can you be this goddamn stupid? And here's the thing. I was enjoying the movie a lot up until then. But it's like those decisions made in like that last chase, basically after she saw, well, even just before she saw Sam get killed. Because it's like she should have grabbed the syringe before even going to check that out. But even then, it's like she had so many opportunities and squandered literally all of them because I don't know, because fuck it. This film has to have a tragic ending, I guess. It felt so forced and unnatural. There was no reason to have it end like that. And I'm fine with a movie having a tragic ending. I'm fine with a movie, especially a horror movie, ending in a, negative way. But it has to feel natural. If you have it, like, only end that way because the character is acting so aggressively stupidly, it just feels like you had to. It almost feels like they had to dumb Bridget down at the end just to be able to make this ending happen. And I just don't like that. I don't like that. And here's the thing. This movie kind of went back and forth on me because at the beginning, like I was noting how Bridget and Ginger were like super edgy, and I was not enjoying the early portion of this. It like their super edginess and everything felt like extremely like ridiculous and over the top. And I was at a point where it's like, oh, this is gonna be like cringe, isn't it? This is gonna be super fucking cringe. But then it actually started to get good, and it got better and better. The relationship stuff got better. The metaphor for having your period and everything. I actually really liked that. I actually that was probably my favorite aspect of the film, that this film is a period metaphor. Um, I like the relationships and how they built up, and like I love the gore effects. The gore effects are phenomenal. Like great gore effects. I don't. I assume they're all practical. They looked practical. They were really well done. The creature design of the werewolf. It's like I said this like in one of the previous, or maybe even both of the previous movies this week. I'm not usually a fan of when a werewolf is just a big wolf. It's just a big wolf that looks like, I guess, slightly scarier. I prefer werewolves being more like what you see in the Wolfman, or I guess Wolf as well. Both of them kind of had a similar style to it. That's more of what I want to see from a werewolf, not like just a big ass kind of scarier wolf. It just feels so unoriginal, but the design itself was really well done, nonetheless. Um, I like the supporting cast and side characters. I liked like the deaths when they happened, like they were well done. Especially Trina's death. Like she wasn't even killed by Bridget as the werewolf or anything. She just slipped on the milk and smashed her head against the edge of the counter super fucking hard. And it's like, yeah, that could kill you. It's just like, oh, just an accidental, horrific death. All right. But like the counselor and the janitor dying as well. And it's like, who knows what fucking happened with the mom? By the way, it's like she got out of her van at the party, just is like searching through the party for them, and then she just gone the rest of the film. I understand that they were leaving to try and like originally cure Bridget and everything, or Ginger rather. And so they were like leaving anyway, a separate way. But it's like she just never came back into the picture in any way. For all we know, she's just partying it up. Like we have no clue. She just stopped being a character after that point. And the thing is, it does almost feel a little unsatisfying for her character arc because we saw like she was willing to go to like extreme lengths for her daughters, that how much she loved them, and like how she was like still trying to be on their side and everything. And it's just, I'm not saying she was necessarily right for that, but still. I feel like it just didn't have a proper conclusion to her character arc. I'm not saying she needed to die or anything, like sacrifice herself or something like that, but just it just ends suddenly. Um, but so much of this was enjoyable and everything. So the ending that we did get, like being so disappointing and just avoidable, is like I don't know. I didn't feel like the movie was going there, and it felt like almost a betrayal of what I not just what I expected, but what the movie made me expect. It felt like the movie was heading in a direction of Ginger being cured, but it just and again, even if she died, it's like at least cure her first so she can die as a human. Hell, the way I actually thought it was going to go, I thought that Bridget was going to cure Ginger but get fatally injured in the in the ensuing fight. And so that Ginger would be cured and saved, but Bridget would have given her life to do so. That's what I thought was going to happen. And honestly, that would have been a much better ending. Drastically better ending. And there's apparently both a sequel and a prequel to this. I didn't look up anything about them, of course. So I assume the sequel follows Bridget, and the prequel, I guess, is going to probably be about the werewolf that attacked them in the first place. I would assume. Obviously, do not tell me, because I might and probably will end up reacting to those. But yeah, this movie, like, it started off, like, really cringe and poor for me, but it got really, really good, and then it just ended weakly. It ended with a whimper. And that's just like that's disappointing, you know? I just I really feel like this movie deserved a better ending. I like the acting for the most part. I don't really have any issue with any of it. Like, I mean, no one is like award worthy with these performances, but I like the performances nonetheless. They weren't bad. Um, the music was good. Like, no issue there. The effects, like I said, were definitely one of the best parts. They were phenomenal. The effects were fantastic, and the fact that this went out of its way to be as gory and like intense as possible with all of that, I appreciate that. I appreciate when horror movies don't really hold back on that. So I'm really glad that this one like decided to just go all out. Um, I did for the most part enjoy this. I have my issues with it, but I mean, that can happen a lot of the time in general. I just feel like the issues did, for me personally, cut back a little bit on what otherwise was a really great movie. And again, the ending I did not like. Felt the ending was really bad. I mean, it doesn't ruin the entire movie, but it was still bad. Um, I'm gonna probably see, like I do with every movie I react to, if there's any reviews or reactions to it on YouTube that I want to check out. But my initial thoughts, like just based off of only this first reaction to it, if I had to give it like a rating out of 10, I'd say like 7.5. If it weren't for the ending, if the ending were better, if the ending were like the example I gave, it would probably be a 9. But the ending did cut it back that much. The ending really sucked, in my opinion. I don't think it'd go above a 9 though, because there were those other issues I presented, and again, even though like it got really good, it never really got like that good. Um, but it was definitely worth checking out. And like I said, we'll probably end up checking out the sequel and the prequel at some point. I think the sequel came out first and then the prequel, so we'll probably go in that order. But yeah, uh, for the time being. Let me know what you thought of this. Do not spoil me on the other two movies. And yeah, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.